The citizenship crisis you didn't see coming. Pregnant? On a visa? You could be denied. Or your baby could be stripped of citizenship. If you're pregnant, if you're on a tourist, student, or work visa, if your partner is undocumented or not a green card holder, you must listen carefully. The Trump administration's 2025 crackdown is changing everything. From denying entry to pregnant travelers, to blocking U.S. citizenship for babies born on American soil. This isn't speculation. It's already happening. And unless the courts intervene, your family could be next. The executive order that could end birthright citizenship. On January 20th, 2025, President Trump signed Executive Order 14160, titled, Protecting the Meaning and Value of American Citizenship. What does this order do? It directs U.S. agencies not to issue passports or birth-related citizenship documents to certain children, even if they were born in the United States. Here's who's affected. Children born after February 19, 2025. If both parents are not U.S. citizens or green card holders. If the mother is on temporary status, tourist, student, work visa, or unlawfully present in the U.S. And if the father is also not a U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident. The order even defines mother and father strictly as biological female and male, ignoring adoptive and surrogate parents. This has shocked legal experts, immigration attorneys, and families across the country. Real impact. Your baby could be denied citizenship. Let's make this clear. If you're pregnant and in the U.S. on a tourist or student visa, and your partner isn't a citizen or green card holder, your child may be denied automatic U.S. citizenship. Even asylum seekers who are legally present could be impacted. This goes directly against over 100 years of legal precedent. The 14th Amendment of the Constitution states, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens. In the landmark case United States versus Wong Kim Ark, 1898, the Supreme Court ruled that a child born in the U.S. to non-citizen parents is still a U.S. citizen. But Trump's legal team argues that undocumented or temporary status parents are not under full jurisdiction, a controversial and unprecedented interpretation. Courts fight back, but the battle isn't over. Immediately after the order was signed, lawsuits were filed in multiple states. Judges issued temporary injunctions to block the order. Now, the case Trump v. CASA is before the U.S. Supreme Court. In May 2025, oral arguments began. But here's the key. The court is only reviewing whether lower courts can block the order nationwide, not whether the order itself is unconstitutional. So while implementation is paused, the threat remains real. Birth tourism crackdown, denied at the airport while pregnant. If you're planning to visit the U.S. while pregnant, stop and listen. In 2025, under a separate directive from Trump's DHS, pregnancy has become a red flag at both U.S. consulates abroad and airports and land borders when arriving in the U.S. This is part of a major crackdown on what's known as birth tourism, the act of traveling to the U.S. to give birth so the child gains citizenship. Birth tourism is not technically illegal, but immigration officers are now trained to deny visas or entry based on suspicion alone. Real cases. What's happening right now? Case 1. A Nigerian woman applied for a tourist visa in Lagos. She mentioned she was visiting her sister in Houston, and she was in her second trimester. Visa denied on the spot. Reason suspected birth tourism. Case 2. A Pakistani couple landed at JFK Airport in May 2025. The wife was visibly pregnant and told CBP she came for good health care. Detained for 12 hours.
Visa cancelled.
Deported the next day. These are not rumors. This is already happening. What officers look for in 2025? If you're traveling while pregnant, officers now flag a visible pregnancy, especially second or third trimester. No clear ties to your home country. A travel to birth tourism hotspots like Miami, NYC, or LA. A vague answers about your trip. No return ticket. No medical care plans in your home country. They may even check your social media for baby-related posts. You don't need to lie to be denied. Looking unsure or anxious is enough. Missteps that can get you banned. Misrepresentation is the trap. Saying you're just a tourist, but planning to give birth equals visa fraud. Avoiding questions about pregnancy equals deception. Both can lead to immediate deportation, 10-year visa bans, future denials, even if you're not pregnant next time, countries being targeted most. Visa rejections have skyrocketed for nationals from
China,
India,
Pakistan, Nigeria,
Russia, Turkey,
Brazil,
Venezuela, the Philippines. Birth tourism agencies offering U.S. baby packages have been raided and shut down, especially in California and Florida. How to protect yourself, pregnant or not. If you're visiting the U.S. not to give birth, here's how to prepare. Show strong home country ties, job, property, family. Book a return ticket before your due date. Carry proof of medical care in your country. Have travel insurance and ability to cover any medical emergencies. Be confident, calm, and honest. Any hesitation may be seen as guilt, and CBP is no longer forgiving. Already in the US and pregnant? Do this now. If you're in the US and fall under the executive orders categories, do the following immediately. Keep detailed records of your and your partner's immigration status. Apply for your baby's passport and social security number ASAP. Stay updated on the Supreme Court case. Consult an immigration lawyer, especially if you're expecting or planning pregnancy. If the injunction is lifted, implementation could begin within days. Don't assume past rules still apply. For decades, the U.S. offered birthright citizenship to all children born on American soil. But 2025 is different. The government is now questioning even long-established rights. And if your child is born after February 19, 2025, while you're on a temporary visa, their status is in limbo. This isn't just about one policy. It's a philosophical shift in how America defines citizenship. Final thoughts. Stay informed, stay prepared. If you're pregnant and traveling to the US, know your risks. If you're expecting and not a citizen or green card holder, document everything. And above all, don't wait for the law to change before you act. The burden is now on you to prove your intent, your honesty, and your right to be here. In 2025, immigration enforcement is aggressive, preemptive, and unforgiving. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for future updates. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.